and gentlemen, tonight to the Racers Elite Network Xfinity Series. We are making a stop at the Charlotte Roval, and quite interesting here. Ron Piles producing here and announcing alongside my buddy Mike Taylor. Been using the cameras here from Whiplash Sim Cameras, 68 degrees, ambient air temperature, 67% humidity, clear weather, 1 mile an hour wind gust, not going to affect the cars too much. Looking forward to this one's going to be interesting as drivers still trying to lock their way into that chase. So, let me dial this up here. We'll take a look at the point standings while these guys are getting their qualifying effort in. It's quite a long way around this speedway.
Yeah, definitely. It's a very fun track. It's a mix between a technical course because we've got the two chicanes and then that 180 degree coming back out into NASCAR turn one. So it's a fun track, a technical one, like I said, but we're gonna be in for an absolute treat. To see how everything will play out here tonight. And you said that something about the points. How is the points looking, and what do these drivers need to do?
So far, it looks like Stephen Luttrell is leading the point standings with 278 points. Sean Dunaway's a close second with 274. Andrew Tuft rounds out the top three with 259 points. So tight points battle there. Um, Always makes a tight road course like this a very important for a good finish. And we've seen a lot of drivers having issues with transitioning turn to turn on these shorter straightaway um, or shorter stretch before the next turn. It's a little off-putting for some of them to be able to transition very well.
Yeah, definitely. As I'm watching some drivers now. Out here putting down qualifying times. That number 19 of Cody Benelli, he spun it uh, coming out of the chicane. Uh, I'm looking here at the 01 now of Sean Dunaway. He's struggling getting it back out into NASCAR turn one. A lot of these drivers, they are more along the lines of just the oval racers.
Oh
But
yeah,
but they're but you also have a couple guys here that are really good on you know the roadside as well. So it's definitely definitely need a really good mix between the two, and we're about to find out who's better on the road course and who's needs to stay over in the oval side.
right on. Especially also fourth place Cody Benelli with 246 points. Turning out the top five is Lee Campbell with 239 points. Cliff Adams is sixth with 237 points. Truth Hoke is seventh with 229 points. Joshua Neal is eighth with 227 points. Aaron Marquis ninth with 224 points. We're starting to gap out a little more here as we round out our top 10 with Kyle Hess with 210 points. Curtis Ecker, a close battle there. He's in 11th with 204 points. In a tie for 12th right now between Barry Nelson and Brandon Biddy with 203 points apiece. Dennis Kane is 14th with 198 points. He's tied with Patrick Millette. Jonathan Stidham is 16th with 183 points. Timothy Weisbrand in 17th with 165 points. Brandon Honeycutt 18th with 156 points. As we continue to get back, we got drivers that unfortunately not uh, with us is as much, maybe, or maybe not performing as well as they wish they could. As Brandon Honeycutt 18th with 156 points. Brandon Massey 19th, 154 points. Troy Thomas 20th, 152 points. David Kimmons 21st, 139 points. 22nd, Robert Richardson 125 points, tied with David Davis, same amount of points there. Kirby Wainscott 24th, 123 points. Matthew Cornell 25th, 113 points. Brendan Wilcox 26th, 107 points. Justin Neal 27th, 104 points. And Aaron Kohlhaas is 28th, 83 points. Then we got a couple more down here. Jesse Fox 65 points at 29th. Kinsley Smith 30th, 41 points. Jack Kelly with 36 points and 31st. And that rounds out your point standings before today's event. And, even though those guys don't have the greatest performances as record and being at the bottom of the list, this is a very stout league. And something I mention every broadcast we do here, whether it's Xfinity trucks, next gen, a money race, what and whatnot, whichever it is. we always have a stacked house here with the Races Elite Network and a lot of skill that is to be had here as well.
I mean, it's very rare, that we get car counts under, you know, I would say like maybe like 22, 23 cars. We're normally upwards between 30 to 40 cars every single night, which is just absolutely mind blowing. But right here on Racers Elite Network with the Racers Elite League, it's an amazing good time, guys. So, we're glad to see these awesome car counts every single night.
Yeah, most definitely. And watching the Blunt came out, we were speaking about all the fantastic drivers. And speaking of drivers that may not have the best of luck throughout each course night, well, the driver at the bottom of one of our point standings list right now is fast qualifier here at the Roval. I mean, he's putting on a 126.34 second lap, and that just goes to show that he may be on the bottom of the list due to other reasons instead of a lack of skill. So qualifying looks like it's going to come to a close here, and we'll get ready for our starting lineup for today's races. Troy Thomas puts that number 88 Chevrolet on the pole through qualifying effort.
Yeah, Troy Thomas. I mean, I know that we're coming to the end of our season here, but but Troy Thomas, he's definitely looking to, retake over that retake control of his season here, and starting on the pole here tonight. That's going to be an absolute big advantage for him.
Yeah, most definitely is. We have a lot of drivers tonight, but we got enough to make a mess here on the Roval, so we'll get through our starting lineup, and we should be on pole here. On the inside of the front row, the 88 for Misfits Racing is Troy Thomas. To his outside, it's going to be the number 60 of Lee Campbell for Full Send Esports. Inside of row number 2 is Misfits Racing's 55 of Truth Hope. To his outside, 30 in the 36 machine, starting fourth is Stephen Luttrell. Inside of row number 3 for Night Owl Motorsports is going to be the 4 of Dennis Kane. To his outside, the 01 Hello Kitty of Sean Dunaway will start 6th. Inside of row number 4 is the 28 of Barry Nelson will start 7th. The Biddy Family Racing's number 30 of Brandon Biddy will start 8th. Inside of row number 5 is Chicken Coop Racing's number 98 of Andrew Teft. It is outside the 52 of David Kimmons will start P10. Inside of number 6 is the 19 of Cody Manelli. He'll start 11th. To his outside, the 86 High Wide and Handsome Motorsports Kyle Hess will start position number 12. Rolling back now to position 13. Inside of row number 7 is the 42 of Jonathan Sidham. To his outside, it's the 92 of Timothy Wisebrand. And starting tailback on the field, scheduled to start 15th, is the 18 of Patrick Millett. That is your 15 car starting grid for today's race, as we see how they can handle the Roval here today.
Yeah, definitely a good stacked field here for sure. Just looking here at the starting lineup and everything, I'm gonna be definitely keeping my eye on Lee Campbell in that number 80 machine. If I'm not mistaken, it been a hot minute since he's been up front, but as far as I know here on road courses, he's pretty quick. So it's gonna be interesting to see what he can do to try to get a win here tonight.
Yeah, Lee Campbell will definitely be trying some different things here, starting from the outside pole. We'll see how that's going to roll. I haven't really watched any of these guys on a road course before, so this is going to be a little different for me. I do a lot of different things as far as coursework goes, excuse me, with the broadcast, but it's a little different with the guys that are used to the oval here. And Lee Campbell is already in, I believe, locked into the chase. So it may be a little different. No, he may not be. See, he's in the top 12 in points. Helps, but I don't think that's...
Yeah. But I mean, a win here tonight, it can change a lot for them. But right behind them, you also have Truth Hoke and Stephen Luttrell. So Stephen, he's been pretty quick, for the past about 3 weeks now. He's looking to see what he can do in that number 36 car, starting fourth today. And Truth Hoke, he's been qualifying up front, having a really good time, but then just about halfway, he starts to die out. So we're about to see what Truth Hoke can do, see if he can keep his momentum up alive tonight, as they are going to see what they can do here at the Roval.
I was looking at a couple of notes here. Kirby Wayne Scott looks like he may be giving up his chances here at a chance at the championship chase because he is not here tonight and he had to attend all remaining regular season races to remain chase eligible. So I think that comes to a close tonight. But Brandon Massey and Troy Thomas are still chasing that feat as well. A few notes there as we come out of the NASCAR turns 3 and 4. And then we'll have one more, maybe a chicane, or I won't call it a bus stop. It's like a chicane before we go into our start zone. So you see the field coming off of turn number 4. Yeah, racing starting.
Let's go ahead and get our belts tied, everybody. Here we go. Take it away.
Away they go. Green flag is out. And we'll come out of the chicane to the starter stand. Come down to turn 1. Looks like Troy Thomas will jump out to the lead here. Oh, Stephen Latrell over drove the entrance there. Tell you what, though, Troy Thomas got a great jump out there to the lead. They're going to have to hope he makes some mistakes or they're able to capitalize on a couple of corners maybe he isn't quite ready for. A little ahead of myself there. There they come.
As you see, a couple of those drivers were about to hit that little, that big right-hander. Instead of going straight there, I saw like 2 cars, forget that they had to keep going straight.
Yeah, there's like a hop there that they just tend to forget about where the corner is and which way it's going to transition.
Yep.
Tell you what, I don't know if practice paying off here or not. I know it is, but in general, it looked like Troy Thomas had almost a full second lead there for a moment already.
Yeah, definitely. Troy Thomas, he's definitely got a, decent, lead here. Even though they look very, very close, but let me tell you what, that is actually decent far here at for this track.
Yeah, Sean Dunaway and Brandon Biddy doing battle back here. It was they were side by side for a moment, but it's kind of faded out there.
I think Stephen Latrell and Biddy kind of made a little bit of contact there, getting into the corner. And so far, everything's keeping themselves nice and steady here so far.
Yeah, it's definitely being. Well, everybody's getting single filed out here. They're getting kind of into their rhythm. They don't want to be on top of each other when someone makes a mistake. I thought Latrell was going to have issues with the 30 of Biddy, but he's going to make that look to the inside. But he's going to let him drive into the. This is a really sharp left-hander, making it back out towards turns 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Or NASCAR turn 1, I should say.
I believe. Yeah, I believe that's actually turn 9, and then coming out of the corner there on NASCAR 1 and 2 is turn 10.
I got you. Yeah, I was looking here. I think Patrick Millette is having issues getting around a little bit. He's had to give up time, almost 3 seconds, the equivalent of 3 seconds on both lap 1 and 2, I believe. When I was reading here, where he had issues with cutting the course.
Yeah.
And it looks like Stidham has some problems. He's slow on the front straightaway. And I don't
Yeah.
see any damage on the Vizio sponsored 42. That's very
Nope.
visible. So,
So so
well,
so he was a little too hot, had to go through the grass and had to come to a stop.
gotcha. Well, at least he's able to continue minus the damage. Race leader out front, still Troy Thomas.
Yep. So I'll be your secondary eyes out here, and I'll take a look and see if anybody has any true issues that we need to come back and take a look at.
Going for it. Yeah, looks like everything pretty smooth sailing up front right now. Your front three have got themselves out.
David Kimmins, we don't need to worry about.
Let's see. So he just kind of, well, he's doing his, he's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, what they're trying to lay down some lap times now. A new overall best lap time 1.26 or 126.867 by Lee Campbell. So he was fastest last time by.
Yeah, Barry Issue just had some issues here in turns one. He actually blew his engine. If you want to go back, take a look, see what happened there.
She's definitely smoking, ain't she?
Yeah, she is.
Take a look here real quick. It's like a bad downshift. Oh, all right. Oh. Yeah, he lost it in the corner there and smacked nose the wall. Took the radiator out.
Yep, I believe that might have been a bad shift there. Yeah.
He's nursing it back around. That's definitely better than the tow option, but I'll have to go and get that fast repaired. Dennis Kane got a furrow black flag, cut, probably a cut course issue on the number 4.
Yep.
It's a tough break for Barry Nelson. He has won a race this season, and he'll advance with 7 regular season starts into the playoffs. Currently 11th in points. With a blown motor here, he'll try to nurse that back to pit road and get that taken care of. And we'll know when he makes it to pit road. We'll get a window pop up here. He also got a furrow black flag as well, so he's got a cut course penalty with the. So he must try to take a shortcut to pit road. And he has now made it to pit road, so he'll try and go get that repaired. As we keep an eye on Troy Thomas, he's now gaining company as the 60 of Lee Campbell has reeled him in as they work their way around turn 9 through turn 10. So he had company there, slowly gapping that back out. It's about half a second now, but he'll have his hands full here.
Yeah, so this isn't necessarily like a big waste here for Barry Nelson, as you know, everybody's gonna have to come down for a second pit stop.
Yeah, unless somehow and that could be another strategy too. These guys that are running hard right now, like your top 3, they might have to come in a second time. If you find yourself in Andrew Tuff's shoes back in the 7th position, you could possibly be saving some fuel. You might make it to lap 23 if you're trying. And a pit stop there might allow you to make it on one stop.
Right.
But that's the if game. If you can make it on one stop, and you can make that stop and be able to get your ground out at the same time by only having to come in once, can you coast if you run out and still win? It's the question.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely very possible, but if you need to coast it out of NASCAR turn 4, I mean, obviously you're going to have to cut the course, so that, because if you go left and right, that's going to slow down your car. So I'm sorry, in this case, it's right and left. Um, so the question is going to be: is are you going fast enough to make it to the line, but are you going slow enough to clear your penalty before you get to the line?
Yeah, that's if you, I mean, you could drive straight through that last one, but yeah, it may cost dearly. Um, Patrick Millett's got a little damage on the right rear. We're going to take a look at that and see what happened there. No, him and Brandon Biddy had a little disagreement of space coming through the chicane right before the start finish line.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Let the camera bounce around a little bit here. It's following Lee Campbell at the moment, the number 60 sponsored Ford. This is a unique little course here. It's need to go in and edit the edit my iRace control maps and start adding corner numbers. Really, just like, oh, we got a car around, and that is the 98 of Andrew Tuff.
Something you don't really see much out of Andrew, getting loose or even spinning, that's something that you just don't see very often.
Yeah, I believe he probably had some help in that, but kind of got the back end of it. We'll see. He was trying to get around Stephen Luttrell coming into the chicane. He might have just got on the binders a little too hard. He went to the inside. There's contact, and Stephen didn't make the turn, and so yeah, a little help. They disagreement of space on entrance. So no harm, no foul. They'll both continue on and keep going. So what's up, Cody Manelli? There's the yellow there. Cody Manelli has a furrowed black flag, and he has served it.
Yeah, so I know you mentioned, just but before we went back and saw Andrew Teff facing the wrong way, that this track is very unique. And that's something I absolutely love about this, as it looks like Andrew Teff has even more issues. Um, what what part of this track would you say is your favorite? I should say this layout.
Um, the difficulty of getting slowed down for the chicane and the bus stop. They're two very unique points of the racetrack, and there's one right after the other, but you have two very big opportunities to build speed and make passes.
Very fair. And I couldn't argue with you.
Yeah, Andrew got a cut course there again. It's like he's got a 15.7 second penalty that he's got to give back.
No, Andrew Teff actually just jumped to the pits here.
I'm aggravated a little. Let's see here. Let's see what happened to the 98 just before his. Oh, well, looks like the wheel might have disconnected. Maybe just kind of went straight.
Yeah, he actually just left. Um, I'm not sure if he's having any sort of. Yeah, he might be having some sort of wheel issue.
I'd say so. I'm gonna look at this. Look at another issue here and see. This is right back to him and Stephen Luttrell. But that was lap 7. We're gonna jump forward to the next issue. There's another incident, supposedly lap 8, just after that. Let's see if there's anything here. Get a little loose. He spun there. He brushed the wall. I don't think it might have broke, but I highly doubt that was very light. It's okay. But it was right here where he would have had to make that right hand turn, and it may have broke a spindle or right here. He just kind of looked like it was okay. Something must have happened to Will as he came out of the corner.
No, I was just riding on board with him, and um, he was able to move his wheel back and forth. So I'm not exactly sure what happened there.
There's something in the house. Outside. There's a disturbance in the force. Led him astray. Yeah, not something you want to see for your third place driver in points here, even considering he is already locked in to the championship chase. Looking at the number 28 of Barry Nelson as he pulls out of harm's way. And I believe that's Levi Garrett sponsored ride. He's got a little bit of nose damage, it looks like, but nonetheless able to challenge on. David Cummins, number 52, working his way around the Charlotte Roval and into the chicane. Brandon Biddy working turn one. Cody Benelli just in front of him in the number 19 Chevrolet. And Kyle Hess in the Hess sponsored 86 Chevrolet as well. Looking to run down the 92 of Wise brand as they make the sharp left-hand turn. Probably the sharpest turn on the speedway. So we'll see if that battle gets heated up anymore here as we move forward. Patrick Millette up here by himself in the mellow yellow sponsored 18. There's David Kimmons going to get around Brandon Biddy for position. That is back in position 12 and 11. So Biddy moves to 11th. And tell you what, Patrick Millette's been putting on some great moves here. Good. As it seems to be where he's moved up 8 spots. He started 15th. He's currently in 7th position.
Chili.
What's up?
No, my wife started throwing food at me. She threw the big pretzel sticks, right? The nice thick ones, the nice ones. And then she threw. First, what I saw was kind of like the Cheeto ball bag, but then when I looked at it, they're actually chili cheese fries.
Oh, I'm mad now. If she's throwing those, I'm eating them.
And they're Chesters, so they're pretty much the Dollar Tree. But let me tell you what, chili cheese, that's freaking awesome. I can't wait to open them.
Dang right.
I just looked at her. I'm like, I'm still eating the Taco Bell you brought me. But enough about food.
I'm good with food. We'll make the viewers hungry. Let's go. Nah, man.
Yeah, so I actually just went down, spoke with Andrew Tuck there for just a moment. Yeah, he was having some sort of a wheel issue, so he had to pull it off to try to get it taken care of.
Technical difficulties. Sidelines injury tough tonight. So is he garage trailer? Is he trailered or?
Yeah, he's gonna be uh, trailered.
It's tough break for the '98 team as they were having a solid run here, looking like a good top 10 run for Andrew Tough tonight. Is going to come out to about 14th now. We'll see. I believe the 42 is also sidelined for the evening.
So
Troy Thomas, still your race leader out front. Patrick Millette now up another spot. He is now in the ninth or sixth position, up 9 spots. Let's put it over right now. Thank you, honey. That's funny. She's throwing food at you. My wife just brought me the seasoned fry.
that works. But I want to point out, that Lee Campbell, he is right there on the back bumper of Troy Thomas. So I was anticipating a good battle, but I didn't anticipate, Lee Campbell being able to be right there on the back bumper this whole time. And I mean, Truth Hoke is right there as well, in that third spot. So I mean, these three drivers, they're definitely putting on a show. They've pulled out to 11-second gap between Truth Hoke in that third spot and Dennis Kane in the number 4, who's in that fourth spot. So they're 11 seconds ahead. And man, let me tell you what, this battle up here for the race lead is starting to get intense.
Yeah, they were gapped out pretty far there earlier, and I believe Lee Campbell is trying to get things dialed up here, where he can make a charge at this during his pit stop. So it may come down to what they're going to do during that pit stop. As hard as they've been running, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out when it comes down to pit strategy and making it to the end of this event.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. Um, we are, we're working lap 15 now, so we're looking about pit stops between maybe 5 to 7 or 5 to 8 laps from now.
Yeah, I'm showing the last 5 laps on screen now for, well, it looks like pit stops for Lee Campbell right now is putting in here. That's maybe a little early. Lap 16. Ooh, that's a stretch. He may be trying to set it up.
16 to lap 32. It's a 45 lap race, so it's going to be very interesting to see what he does here.
Yeah, they're saying 22 laps on a pit stop or on a fuel run. So, and I don't know if that's running hard. I mean, they were running pretty quick. They slowed down here the past few laps. Let's see what Troy Thomas is doing here. He's running pretty consistent and somewhat decently quick. I'm not sure how much fuel that Troy Thomas is saving. I'm not knocking the Nitrous Cowboy by any means, but it's going to be a little tight, I think, for the number 88 Chevy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's we're probably about 6 laps shy of seeing Troy Thomas come down pit road.
Yeah, and I'm watching Truth Oak here, and he's staying pretty consistent here with your race leader. He's not letting him pull away, but he's actually gained a little bit since ever since Lee Campbell got out from in front of him. So Truth Oak, he's starting to gain on your race leader. So maybe maybe Lee Campbell was slowing Truth down a little bit, but we're going about to find out. You know, as this thing goes on.
Yeah, most definitely, and it's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out. Um, how this changes things if Troy Thomas is able to pick up a win here at the Roval. Everything looks to be in his favor so far, but a pit stop, that that little bit of a difference in fuel mileage strategy could play off for Lee Campbell. However, he has returned to the racetrack and he's still only in the 4th position. And that's just something to kind of take note of, knowing that he came in for a pit stop, and I imagine that stop was only for fuel. I couldn't imagine taking tires and still be able to stay in 4th place. Oh, his pit time was 14.82
Yes.
seconds.
Yep. So he did very well. Only do he did do 4 tires.
Hmm. Barry Nelson now on pit road. I'm going to say that, and don't look now, but Sean Dunaway even um, trying to run down your leaders. It's an 18-second gap between him and Troy Thomas, but that Hello Kitty machine has a history of sneaking up on people when they least expect it.
That he absolutely does, and that's one of the things I absolutely love about Sean is, you know, he's quiet majority of the day, but then he comes knocking when it really matters, and he's always pulling up like, "Hello, Kitty."
Mm-hmm. Speaking of knocking, Truth Hope is knocking on Troy Thomas's back door right now for that race lead. Just how hungry is that double nickel of Truth Hope?
I mean, he's hungry. He keeps getting so close to win one of these, and I'm rooting for Truth.
Well, regardless of how this goes away, at the end of the day, both of these drivers drive for Misfits Racing, so teammates battling it out here at the Roval. They gotta be careful not to bring bad blood into the back to the race shop at the end of the day.
David Timmons in that number 52 machine. You know, he's having a really hard time coming through turn number 8. It seems like he's always overshooting it, unfortunately.
Oh, speaking of, around goes Lee Campbell.
Oh, that's not what Lee needed.
No, but he was quick to recover, and he is back underway and back up to speed. Not exactly what he was looking for. Gave up a little bit more ground there, but back here, he's trying to run down Sean Dunaway. Dunaway, yet I think, has yet to pit. Oops.
so far, the only drivers to come down pit road is Lee Campbell, Dennis Kane, David Kimmons, uh, and Barry Nelson. So we're still waiting for everybody else to come down pit road, and we should be seeing them here probably within the next lap or two. Um, as these guys come down into the chicane on the back stretch.
Like, yeah, great racing action here as Patrick Millette comes down pit road, and like you said, we're waiting on everybody else to come down yet, and it's we give a little bit of a insight here, showing 19 laps on the stint for Troy Thomas and Truth Hope.
So we're just about that 2 lap mark, before we hit no where we know for a fact that they can make it the rest of the way.
Yeah, it's they got about 2 to 3 laps here before they are able to make the full distance on one stop. So it looks like the 28, Barry Nelson is on pit road.
So there's a Cody Benelli once again going around.
Yes, sir.
So these two have actually opened up a gap on Sean Dunaway in that 0-1 machine. So I don't think Sean Dunaway is going to have anything for him as Truth Hope. He is now making his way down pit road.
Yeah, now Troy Thomas is left dealing with Patrick Millette going the lap down here. And it was a little hard trying to read him through that last chicane and through the chicane there. Troy Thomas a little bit stuck, I believe. Patrick Millette's actually leading him right now, so Thomas may be.
Oh, Millett going around.
What a save!
No, he saved it.
Wow.
Oh, what an amazing save there by Patrick Millett.
That was quite the save, right in front of your race leader too, and Troy Thomas did not give an inch there.
Sean Dunaway, he's down pit road. Kyle Hess, he's down pit road now as well.
We're 21 laps into this event. 24 laps to go. A pit stop now means they will have to short pit and still be able to make it all the way on fuel. And I believe we're going to see Troy Thomas probably come down this time. And here he comes, race leader on pit road.
Slow it down, baby. Slow it down.
He's trying to keep all of the gap that he can between him and the second place driver right now, who is Truth Hook. Trying to close it as he's just now working on turn 3 and 4 as the 86 looks like he's around. As he was.
Ooh. Yeah, Kyle Hess having a little bit of issues trying to leave pit road here.
And Truth Hook going to take the race lead here as he rolls into turn 1. And your race leader, Troy Thomas, now coming off of pit road. He's going to have to give himself some time to get those tires heated back up.
Yeah, we definitely know that Troy Thomas, we already know he's fast. So Truth has been able to open up a 4-second lead on Thomas now. So it's going to be very interesting to see if Thomas can catch him and if Truth can hold on for the race lead for another 23 laps.
Yeah, especially having to come in and pit again. That pit stop coming short. There's Stephen Luttrell now on pit road. Truth Hope, your race leader. Gotta remember he pitted like one of the first ones to come to pit road there, second, like a lap before. I should say a lap before Troy Thomas came to pit road. So he's going to be a little bit shorter. He's going to have to work a little bit of magic in that throttle pedal and have to work that time in the gap that he has between him and Lee Campbell and Troy Thomas. It's only 3 second gap, so not a whole lot of room there to try to manage a little bit of fuel saving. We'll see what Truth Hook's able to do there as he has snuck in the best overall lap time last time around. A 126, 187. That is very quick here.
Yeah, definitely. So Truth Hope, he's definitely on a rampage now. As his competitors are still uh, just under, sorry, just over 3.5 seconds back. But Troy Thomas, he's getting right back to the back bumper of Lee Campbell. So probably here within the next couple laps, Lee Campbell will have a lot of company from Troy Thomas. As you see, all three drivers right there coming out of the chicane. So this is the difference between all three at the moment. And like I said, Troy Thomas, he's coming and he's coming quick.
Yeah, it's a little bit of difference there. So they work their way around the racetrack. It's nice to have that big gap between you and them, but one mistake and one spin of the tires and one twister cycle around the racetrack in the same spot can close that gap very quickly, uh, and also find yourself dropping through the rankings. With 21 laps to go here, 24 complete.
Yeah, yeah. I'm watching Troy Thomas, and these guys are going a little bit wide now. Uh, Truth Hope kind of did the same thing that you guys just saw Lee Campbell do there. Uh, so these guys really got to pay more attention to their braking and to those heavy braking zones because just like that, Troy Thomas is kind of right back on the back bumper now of Lee Campbell. Now the separation between race leader and Lee Campbell is now just about 4 seconds again. So they're kind of pretty much balancing themselves out between the three of them. Troy Thomas, he's actually fallen back to 2 seconds back behind Troy Thomas now. So these guys, they're starting to get more separated here as this race goes on, as we now have 20 laps to go.
Yeah, it's interesting to watch how they handle this. And like I said, we got to watch pit cycles, the biggest thing here. We've seen them come down pit road. We've seen them come short. We've seen a few drivers come really short, and unfortunately, a couple of drivers. For those of you that are just joining us here on the Racers Elite Network, Andrew Tefty and Jonathan Stidham are out of this event um, due to prior complications. As saw Patrick Millette lost control there as he gets back going. Truth Hope right now still your race leader out front. Lee Campbell, Troy Thomas round out your top three. Dennis Kane is fourth. Sean Dunaway currently rounds out your top five. Still look at Patrick Millette though. He's up 9 spots. Still having a stellar run, just outside the top 5.
David Kimmons continuing to have trouble in turn number 8, just not able to slow up that car enough, and he always seems like he's overshooting it almost every single lap. As we continue to watch your second and third place drivers right here, Troy Thomas is now on the back bumper of Lee Campbell, and now he's ready to attack as soon as Campbell slips. But the question is going to be is he going to slip? And if so, where?
Well, it comes down to course racing. Somebody's always better than somebody else in a different corner, so it's a matter of a plan of attack for the 88 of Troy Thomas. Just a matter of where he's going to make that attack and make that planned move here with the number 60 of Lee Campbell. Excuse me. I'm good.
Yeah, both drivers had issues getting out of turn number 8 there. Something I'm noticing a lot with these drivers is not many of them take a full advantage of that U-turn. So when they come out, they're usually right there, on the inside or about the middle of the track. But to get the best exit, is you want to have the most speed, and to do that, you got to let your car come up towards that outside wall. But these guys, they're just not getting out quick enough to allow the car to move up the track like it should. But as we see here, the 60 of Lee Campbell, he's just a little bit better in that section. And here he is pulling away from Troy Thomas once again.
Yeah, getting out of that section, I've always learned that you want to make sure that you kind of apex that corner, but you don't want to pull the car down. You want to allow the car to go wide. And sometimes it kind of helps. It helps keep the speed down, but if you bring the car out wide, it doesn't get out of control as much. It stays happy. So, see it here. Yeah, we'll see it right here where they come in. They're gonna hit the apex. They keep it tight, and it seems like it just wants to wash out. I think if they come up the racetrack, they could gain a little more speed. As you'll watch here, Lee Campbell's gonna come off the turn 4, and up against the wall, and I think they could carry more speed down towards that bus stop in the backstretch if they'd swing out wider coming in. That carry a little more speed coming in.
Right.
I'll have to do the dance and drag the brake a little, and it'll work out. Lee Campbell on pit road now in the number 60. This is his short pit with 17 laps to go. The first one to make the move. Does it pay off?
Yeah, so we all know that, he can definitely now come in for fuel and get to the end of the race. So the question is going to be is when he comes down, how long will he be down in that pits for? So is he just going to get fuel, or is he going to do 2 tires, which at this moment looks like he's going to go ahead and do 4 tires total. He leaves his pit box now.
I think it's safe to say Lee Campbell is planning a full-on attack here from here to the finish.
Yeah, definitely.
Question is, does Truth Hoke have enough gap at 5.5 seconds right now to drag the brake to give up that ground to have enough fuel to make it to the end? I just saw an old poop sign.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very close. As he came down on lap 21, and so that puts him at lap 42 if you want to separate it. So he has to find a way. If that's the case, he needs to find a way to 22, 23. Yeah, so he will need to save probably at least 1 lap of fuel.
I'm not the only one that saw that, right? Did you see the old poop sign back there?
Oh.
You have to look at the fence when we go back around. It'll show up again. It's at camera angle. There is a sign that says "Oh," and there's a picture of a turd there.
Well, that's funny.
It's right off the corner of the screen. I was like, what? I've never noticed that before. It's on the front straightaway, I think, but right when they come to the chicane, the camera angle just hits it perfect. Never noticed it before until
See, right there, that what we just saw out of Truth Hope, that's the exact line you want coming out of the corner. That was very beautiful through turn number 8.
it was. That's exactly what you want to see. That's exactly how you want. Right there it is. Oh,
Yep.
poop chicane entry.
Yeah, at that point, well, we got one stop that Timothy Eyes burned.
Yep.
I understand what he was trying to do there, but Timothy, that was the worst spot. Um, if he was just going to pull over to let your race leaders go by, you know, he should have gone straight, at that chicane on the back straightaway, and then let him by, come to a stop and then go, But instead, he decided to just pull up right up against the fence on the exit to let him by, which, again, don't do again. Um, yeah,
That right there is a ticket to getting punted in the behind with a course issue. Um, Bad place, bad spot. It may have seemed like a smart spot to him at the time, but I've missed that turn and drove through that so many times. It's not the place you want to be.
yep.
So I had an issue with the 19 of Benelli, I believe. We're watching Kyle Hess
Just
had an issue, so it's kind of
it just missed.
cute.
He just missed turn 8.
Gotcha. Yep. So
Yep. So,
so
so,
we got.
so the Yeah, so the moment that they miss it and they get up towards the wall and onto the paint, it says that they crashed.
Yeah. Oh, there's the crash.
Oh, that's the crash that we were looking for.
That was thought it was David Kimmons, but it is actually Patrick Millette that bounced off the wall in the Mellow Yellow 18 as he locks the brakes up here, coming to the front straightaway. So that car it took a licking. I'm surprised it's still driving okay. It's probably definitely got some wheel damage, I'd imagine.
Yeah, for sure. Patrick Millette, he's a pretty strong racer, but just struggling just a little bit here at the Charlotte Roval. So, you know, not everybody can drive these cars on the road course. That they're tough little beasts to drive. You know, but they're not. I feel like they're not as hard to drive than the next gen car on road courses, but this is definitely right up there.
Truth Hope's still out here in the race lead, making things happen as he does in the double nickel type of way.
Yeah, and he's getting ready to put Steven Latrell in that number 36, one lap down.
He's definitely going through the field, that's for sure.
Oh,
Slowly but surely making his way through here with 14 laps to go. Question is will he pit and when? He's definitely given up some ground, so I think he's honestly trying to save that
yeah.
fuel. Maybe he will not have to pit. He's down to about a little over 2 second gap. He's giving up some more ground. Here comes the Nitrous Cowboy, Troy Thomas, reeling in your race leader. And he saved fuel? I don't know. He may be trying to pressure Truth Hook into having to stop so that they can make a race of it.
Yeah, so I believe Troy Thomas, he is good to go to the end. He pitted back on lap 22, and 22 laps from there is 44, so he probably has saved maybe a half a lap or so, but he's probably going to be able to go the rest of the way with no problems.
Question is did he burn what he saved trying to run down Truth Hope?
Yeah, definitely,
Things are
that's
getting
definitely
tight.
what it boils down to. Yeah.
There's some crew chiefs with some holes in their back pockets right now trying to figure out if they've saved enough or if they have enough. Truth Hook still putting the lap traffic between him and Troy Thomas, trying to make up every little bit of ground that he can. As that gap now closes to 1 3/4 second. Lee Campbell is around the Hello Kitty number 01 of Sean Dunaway for the 3rd position now, making it 2 Chevys and a Ford, your top 3.
Yeah, I just want to make a quick mental note. Kyle Hess, he has brought his machine onto his hauler, so Kyle Hess, he will be done for the day here at the Roval.
Let's take a look, see what happened to the 86 machine. Looks like he's overdriven entry. Oh, we got, oh, what a near miss. That engine's toast. That was a really hard hit. That was bad. Take a look at it from a different angle here. Move on board. Kyle Hess for his incident.
Oh.
Oof.
Like a wheel issue.
Sure did.
Because he was coming out of the corner and it kept turning.
It just kept going and the steering box locked up or gave up on that machine. Lee Campbell in heavy traffic.
Lee Campbell gave Brandon Biddy just a little bit of a love tap saying, hey, I need you to go or get out of my way.
Yeah, Lee Campbell's put it. He's on a run now, trying to run down the 55 of Truth Hook, and Troy Thomas has done that. About a second behind now as they race their truck through. Looks like they are coming. So that here. It's like turn 8. And what?
Oh, I didn't say anything.
No, I just Troy Thomas is now your race leader. Truth Hook is now in 2nd.
Oh wait, what did I miss?
That's why I was like, what? I think Truth Hook may be out of fuel.
Yeah, so coming into turn 8, Truth Hook just went extremely wide. Got into the gas. Yeah, I think Truth. No, but he's still up though.
He did not run out. He is sticking it out. I think he thinks Troy's gonna run out.
Yeah, that.
I think Truth Hook is in fuel conservation mode. And he is watching Troy Thomas try to make a go of this with what fuel he has and hoping that their fuel mileage is off a little bit.
I think that's what he's hoping for. Yeah, he's definitely shifting early, going up through the gearbox to keep his RPMs low. So I will have to say for sure, yeah, Truth is definitely in a fuel conservation mode.
He's got to watch how much he saves, though. He's got Lee Campbell coming behind him too, and he's back away. He's only around 22 seconds. He's got a lot of distance, but he doesn't want to give up so much. Oh, he's coming to pit road.
Oh no, he's coming down.
He was gonna be short. Troy Thomas, your race leader. Now, Truth maybe coming in. He doesn't have to get all the fuel in the world. He get a good quick stop in, but he's going to lose that second place to Lee Campbell.
Yeah, definitely. To sit here and see what he does. No, he just did a splash and go.
Yeah, he's going back. He's going to fight for that spot, but he's got to come back quite a good bit of ground now. That's a 21-second advantage. Troy Thomas could potentially come down pit road, splash and go just like Truth did, and get off of pit road still the race leader.
Yeah, it's definitely very possible. As Truth Hope, he was able to stay in front of Lee Campbell, but Campbell is now just a second now back behind Truth Oak. So, it's going to get it. We're coming down to the nitty gritty now, and it's going to be very interesting to see how this is all going to play out with 9 laps to go.
Yeah, Troy Thomas is he? I mean, if I was him, I'd be looking for the guarantee right now. I'd come in for a splash.
Yeah.
Just to be sure. There's a lot. I mean, especially for him, all the way back in 20th in points, and to be able to guarantee that race win. And he didn't do it this time, but I mean, he could potentially save enough. It's a little. He's got time to make that stop though. It's down to 19 seconds. Truth's not going to play around. Neither will Lee Campbell. They've been knocking off that ground here, coming back from this all together. Looking here at a couple things here. It looks like Troy Thomas only 5 starts this season. This is a 6th start. He has no top 5s and no top 10s, but he's going to come off of that potentially with a race win today. The way things are looking. What a way to break that statistic for the season.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for your top 3, Troy Thomas, Truth Oak, and Lee Campbell, this is absolutely the kind of day all 3 of these drivers needed.
Yeah, Truth Oak still shy of a win. He's got a top 5 and 3 top 10s coming into this race. With 8 laps to go, it's looking good. Get another top 5 and another top 10 racked up there in the stats column. Lee Campbell also another good competitor. 1 top 5 and 4 top 10s this season. Still no win for him either. So it's every one of these drivers are hungry, and it was looking really good. Barry Nelson with that blown motor, no fast repair, has been on pit road for quite some time. His pit timer is still counting up. It's been almost 10 minutes, so I believe he hasn't quit yet. He's letting them repair the damage on that machine. With 7 laps to go, and Troy Thomas still staying on the racetrack. And you know what? Barry Nelson has returned to the race surface after getting that motor changed.
Heck yeah.
So he's not down and out. That car will return to the racetrack, and he will attempt to finish this event. It's always good to see somebody that dedicated to finishing an event, getting experience on courses that they're not particularly skilled at. I like to challenge myself as well. I'm not one to knock the Roval. I jumped into a practice session at the Nürburgring just to turn laps, and I may have reset 10 times before I got to turn 1, but I did complete a few laps, and I felt proud of myself. For those that don't know, the Nürburgring has something like 140 some odd turns, if not more, depending on what version of the circuit you're on. Full one's interesting one. Anyway, still looking here. Troy Thomas with 6 laps remain. We've completed 39. He still has yet to look to pit road, and Truth Hope is within 13 seconds. So I believe a pit stop should have probably have happened by now for your race leader, Troy Thomas, if he was going to try to make one. He's falling in the window of attack to Truth Hope. if he were to try to pit.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely going to be very very close for Troy Thomas. Um, I'm worried, but I'm not too terribly worried just yet.
I'm thinking if we're doing an interview for Troy Thomas from Victory Lane, he may be using his helmet mic to give us an interview because he may be sitting like a duck in a puddle with no
Yeah,
paddle. See, right, like that sign says, "Up poop chicane without a paddle." It's not how the saying goes. I'm just not putting that out there on the air. It's PG-13 here for the time being, and all driver interviews un, are unprovoked, and we don't have control of what they say. We can't filter that, but we can try to keep it clean on our
yeah. I'll think about it. Wait, what?
end. All driver interviews aside, anyway, we will try.
Oh yeah,
I was using the old acronym up Crap Creek without a paddle.
yeah.
Troy Thomas might need that paddle at the end of this race. Well, I thank all the viewers that have tuned in so far tonight through the course of this event with 5 laps remaining. Troy Thomas looking pretty strong. Chisholm right now sitting in that second spot in 55. As it looks like David Kimmons coming for his final stop of the night. Lee Campbell hanging on to third right now. He is right there with Chisholm. We'll see if he can make that pass. The amount of gap that has been reeled in there. Sean Dunaway in the 4th spot. Dennis Kane to P5 right now. Cody Benelli, after having some issues, has worked his way back to the 6th position so far with 5 laps to go. As your race leaders coming to 4 to go. Stephen Luttrell hanging on to the 7th position. And Patrick.
Yeah, one driver.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, one driver I'm really surprised back there is Steven Luttrell in that number 36. He's currently in that 7th spot, directly in front of your race leader. So he's in an unfortunate situation of possibly going one lap down here late in this race. So this is definitely something that's not normal of Steven Luttrell.
Yeah, different wheelhouse here on this on the Charlotte Roval. Not everybody's cup of tea, but we'll see here as Troy Thomas running him down rather quickly. All right.
Definitely.
Assuming that was Truth Hook that's running him down, so Steven Luttrell's already a lap down. So Troy Thomas leaving him in the dirt. 11-second gap back to Truth Hook with 4 laps to go. I think he's got enough to save a little bit more if he needed to. And before I eat my own words, okay, I was just say I don't think we're going to see that pit stop unless it has to come on the very last lap, and he may. Don't mark my words on this. He may come down pit road on the last lap. He's got an 11-second advantage. I don't believe going down pit road is enough. I haven't tested it. The entrance is back a ways, but the chicane is so inconvenient right before the start-finish line. By the time you swing out and get to the line, I think pit road may be a little bit faster.
Right.
It may not be. That's a theory.
That's definitely a good theory.
It's got potential, I think. I don't think it's been tested, but it's a thought. because it is a straight line. There is no corner. There's no braking involved other than getting to pit road, which we've seen some rather interesting pit entries today. Still battle to be attained here as Truth Hope hangs on to the second position over Lee Campbell, who is in third. Both of these drivers have pitted for fuel.
Yep, 2 laps to go here for Troy Thomas in that number 88 machine.
Who has been making a one stop as David Kimmons looks like he has a meatball flag on the 52, so not good for him as he is pit road bound. Just a few laps shy of the race coming to a close with 2 to go. So battle on the speedway, and Sean Dunaway and it's like Patrick Millette is already a lap down back in the 8th position here in that mix. But Troy Thomas out front by a 9.5 seconds as he's definitely saving that fuel right now. A little bit more at a time. Giving up a little bit more ground, able to make sure he has enough fuel to seal the deal here at the Charlotte Roval as he comes around to the back straightaway into the bus stop. Where the chicane entry as it says here.
Yep.
He tries to stay off the sandbags and on the entry there, the rumbles. The rumbles and stumbles, especially for these cars, they'll send them for a ride.
All right, he's staying out for the final lap here.
Oh, the 92 Timothy Wiseman around right in front of your race leader at the start-finish line.
One more lap to go here at Charlotte Roval, ladies and gentlemen. Troy Thomas out front at number 88 by 7.5 seconds in front of Truth Hope. However, that lead is quickly diminishing. It's now almost just 7 seconds.
Yeah, definitely trying to save some fuel here a little bit, but he's trying to get all the performance he can out of this lap. Does not want to give up any ground here, any chance at losing the race as he works his way around here. Looks like off of turn number 8.
So far, he's still got fuel. It's not sputtering just yet.
And he is winding up that gearbox as he rolls down the back straightaway into the chicane.
Yeah, I think he's going to be just fine as he comes through the bus stop here for the final time.
See, he works his way off of turn number 4. NASCAR turn 4. In through the chicane, off of the final turn to the start-finish line. And the number 88 of Troy Thomas, the Nitrous Cowboy, comes off a winless streak this season with 6 starts, including today. Will pick up a top 5, a top 10, and a win here, all in one. He will sweep the standings on that on the standings chart with a win here, and I believe also will lock himself in with a win at the Roval.
Yeah, I believe so. And big, huge shout out to Truth Hoke in that number 55 AC Delco Chevrolet. Man, what an absolute phenomenal drive for Truth. And this is the kind of day that he really needed in his point standings battle. So this is definitely going to help him here in the next when we come back in about 2 weeks.
Okay, him and Lee Campbell picking up the second and third positions here as they all make their way around the speedway. We'll take a look at our final field rundown once they get posted here. Might be well, it should be coming here pretty soon. I think we got one more driver yet to cross. I think that's the 30 of Brandon Biddy as he's working his way to the chicane now. As the race results have been posted, once again, your top three are going to be Troy Thomas with the race win. Truth Hoke and Lee Campbell will speak to them momentarily. Sean Dunaway picks up the fourth spot in the 0-1 Hello Kitty ride. Dennis Kane comes home fifth. Cody Benelli sixth. Stephen Luttrell comes home seventh. Patrick Millette eighth. Timothy Wiseburn ninth. Running out your top 10 is Brandon Biddy. Of course, David Kimmins, Kyle Hess, Barry Nelson, Andrew Tuck, and Jonathan Sidham will round out your field here at the Charlotte Roval. We'll talk with your top three in just a moment. Trying to stop. There we go, that'll work. Better than nothing. Alrighty. See if we can get a hold of Mr. Lee Campbell. Their third place finish. There he is. What's up, Mr. Lee Campbell? Congratulations, brother, on picking up a third place finish here tonight. Good run for the number 60 Ford from Boston Spa, New York. Tell us what was the key to getting in position to pick up a third place finish there, and you started second, lost the spot, but still nothing. Still had a great race here tonight.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I don't know. I probably should have went on the same strategy Troy went on and just did a one stop and tried to stretch it, but I figured it'd be a little quicker if I did two. And yeah, he was just out there. I couldn't catch him. He did a great job though.
Like it was looked like a pretty fun race, and you guys kind of had your hands full here at the Roval.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I mean that chicane is definitely tricky, and I got spun around myself, and lost some time there. But yeah, it was a fun race for sure.
Okay, buddy. Anybody like to thank? Help you pick up a podium finisher tonight at Charlotte Roval.
Yeah, thanks you guys for broadcasting as always. Thanks Andrew for all the hard work he does putting on the league. Thanks for my teammates, Troy, Truth, um, and Barry, and Warren Tire, my sponsor, and Goodyear, my sponsor.
Okay, Mike, you got anything for Lee before we send him away to celebrate a good team finish?
Nah, just what a very good run for everybody, and congratulations, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Alrighty. I just put him back in the waiting room. All right, move on down. I'll let you have the double nickel Truth Hope with a second place finish.
Yeah, for sure. Truth, this is Mike and Ron up in the booth. Got a copy.
I don't think he wants to talk to us.
Hey, Truth, this is Mike and Ron up in the booth. Got a copy. Hey, Truth, Mike and Ron up in the booth. Got a copy. No, he don't love us.
Place sold. Well, we'll save him for another occasion, and we will move on to our race winner, and we will check in with the Nitrous Cowboy Troy Thomas, who has kind of took some goose eggs out of his statistics tonight. Troy, a great finish out of Boone, North Carolina for the Thomas 30 Prince Chevy Camaro number 88 machine. Fantastic race, a great win to cap off the night here at the Charlotte Roval.
Yeah, it was a tough one. It wasn't nothing easy about this place, this Roval. I mean, you can't take it easy anywhere, that's for sure. But you know, it's a good team effort from the Misfits tonight. Qualified 1, 2, 3, finished 1, 2, 3. So it's just a team win altogether.
Heck yeah, definitely. The key here is was there a lot of practice for this race, or was this just you guys come in here and practiced with when the server went up?
We had a couple practices.
I got
We
you.
had a
Yeah.
couple practices. We had to.
No cold turkey for this one, huh?
Yeah, no. You know, any more for any track. To be honest with you.
Yeah, they definitely come with their own character, to say the least, when it comes down to especially this caliber drivers.
Absolutely. You can take a win any way you can get it.
Yes, sir. And Mike, you any questions or comments for Troy tonight?
Not Troy, just what a phenomenal way to come out and dominate tonight here at the Roval. I know this is you're kind of like of a dark horse kind of for us today. Um, you were able to keep yourself out of trouble tonight. And like 99% of the trouble that you get into is not your fault. So you coming out here tonight dominating the way you did at the Roval, it secures your run when we return in 2026. Um, uh, you know, this is going to secure your run for the chase for the championship now. So, what's your thoughts on the next couple weeks off? What are you going to do to get ready for the final few races?
I'm going to take a break for about a week and enjoy my week off from work. I don't go back to work till the 29th. I'm just enjoy this win and just go back at it the week the series gets back on. So enjoy the time off. Everybody should.
Absolutely, definitely agree with you there. But that's all I got, man, and we'll see you next year.
See, bud, thank y'all so much. Hey, shout out to Andrew for doing everything he does for this league. He's a man, and my wife. So thank you all for watching, and everybody have a Merry Christmas.
Okay, Merry Christmas to you too. Happy New Year, and we'll look
You
forward
too.
to the races going forward and seeing what you can do when it comes down to this championship chase. Seeing how you should be locked in after tonight.
Yes, I had. That's the only way I could make it. So we had to put extra practice in.
Heck yeah! Congratulations on the race win. We'll let you celebrate with the Misfits, and we'll get Truth up here for his interview and get him back to celebrate with you guys as well.
Thank you, guys.
This is Troy Thomas picking up the race win here tonight. We'll catch back up with Truth hopefully. See if he's available now. Let's watch him type down here. And he said it was talking, but did not come through. So attempt number 2. Truth, hook, you got a copy. You're on mic here in the booth, buddy.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Oh, we got you now, loud and clear.
All right.
Okay, buddy. Congratulations on a runner-up finish. Good run there. Started third, come home second. Misfits 1, 2, 3. So a great team victory here tonight.
Yeah, it was. It was a really good race, and I really enjoyed it and had fun.
It looked like you guys are having a blast out there, making your way around the Roval, making a difficult task seem simple.
Oh, it was. I would give all the credit to Troy and the team for all the work and the coaching and all to get me where I'm. At least I can be a little bit competitive, you know.
Well, it looks like the Misfits have behaved tonight, and now they're going to go misbehave because they've got a victory under their belt.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it's good play on words there. Mike, you got anything for Truth and the runner-up finish here tonight?
Yeah, for sure. Truth, just what a phenomenal day for you in the number 55 AC Delco machine. I know it's been a few rough weeks, um, but we finally got you back up here in the top 3. So you know that's definitely going to be more good points for you coming into the final part of the season. And what do you got to do? You know, to hopefully help secure your run for the championship. You know, when we get back from holiday break.
Just try to maintain and not have no bad luck, man. The luck's killed me lately, and just making mistakes. I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, just congratulations, man, on your P2, and we look forward to seeing you come back here in 2 weeks.
Thank you very much.
Anybody like to thank
Uh,
help you pick up a podium finisher tonight? Truth.
Yes, I'd like to thank my wife for supporting me in this, and She graduates Monday with her master's in nursing.
Congratulations to her.
And I'd like to thank Troy and the team, Barry, Terry, and Lee, Jesse, all of them, and for great teamwork tonight and great teamwork all together. And Andrew for putting it on and having, putting all the work he does into it. Chantel for a great job of race control, being fair and calling the right shots. And you guys for broadcasting. And I'm going to watch it back in the morning and enjoy the show.
And before we let you go, Truth, uh, tell your wifey I said woohoo.
Yeah. I will.
Yeah, big congrats to her, and good luck in her future in the world of nursing, and tell her from all of us here to kick ass.
Yeah, she's been one since she was 19, and she's 45, 46.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely, and that right there, you guys, and I say this all the time, especially when say what I say at the end of these broadcasts, no matter what you do in life, have fun doing it. If it's not fun, make it fun. And this is another good word of advice here. It doesn't matter how old you are. If you want it, go get it.
Yeah, well,
Plain
I'm
and simple.
61, man, so I'm there supporting her all the way.
Hell yeah.
That's what's up.
I'll have a good one and can't wait to watch it back tomorrow. And I will talk to y'all, and you have a Merry Christmas, everybody.
You too. Merry
You
Christmas.
as well, Truth. Merry Christmas.
Later.
All right, that's true. Picking up the runner-up spot here tonight. We pulled him back in for that interview and rounds out our interviews for the evening. And it's been a great race. I want to thank Mike for stepping on the side here to my side through the course of these events, as well as Andrew for putting these on, the drivers putting on such fantastic shows, and all the fans for tuning in. We'll catch you guys next time here on the Racers Elite Network.